oath to defend this country, the government, or the people? Because it seems you get it twisted. It seems you're letting the government use you against you. And I don't think that you initially signed up for that, did you? No, I didn't think so. So now it's a reckoning happening. You need to look in the mirror. And you need to ask yourself, is your department, wherever you're situated in, doing it righteous? Because if not, it needs gutted. And if you can't get it done, what's that?
There's another side to that, too. For all the ones who did and don't any longer, last time I checked, that oath doesn't have an expiration.
No, it don't.
I don't mind oath.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own time to come to it. But man, I'm telling you right now, time's up with me. I don't have much time left in this life. Period. We're all getting older, man. I don't look past the 40-year mark. That means I'm definitely halfway through this life. I'm sick of the shenanigans. I'm sick of the crap. I don't really see a bright future, even if Trump wins, to be honest with you. We're living under a global tyranny that's bringing lockdown, decimating your job. They got a vaccine coming at you hot and heavy still, warp speed, under Trump. And don't forget all this. I have
Yeah, hold up here. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget, before COVID ever happened, before Corona ever happened, I was calling for the arrest of Bill Gates. And I was telling y'all that Trump was pushing through GMOs and vaccines and all kinds of trash before Corona ever hit the scenes. Y'all, Trump being president ain't got nothing to do with it. It's left wing, right wing, same damn bird. Systemic corruption. They all need to be put in prison. Joe Biden needs to be put in prison. So does Donald Trump. So does Bill Gates. So does Michael Aquino. So does the whole cabinet and office of the CIA, KGB, Mossad, you name it. Bilderberg Group, Club of Rome, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, IMF, the WHO, World Health Organization needs to be abolished. So does the CDC need to be abolished. All that. It's got to go. It's all arbitrary. It's all bunk. And it's all whack. And it's all corrupt. And it's here to destroy you. I mean, who stands to gain when when Bill Gates is the one bankrolling the WHO in the first place? See? So even if vaccines are legit and all that shit, obviously for I Rastafari, it isn't legit. It's all garbage. It's all been proven whack. But even in a world where it was, there's a conflict of interest with those who are trying to give out the orders for the lockdowns and those who are making money off of the vaccines, the masks, on and on and on and on. Okay? It's a wrap. We're not fucking playing this shit. We're not locking down. We're not fucking shutting down our businesses. None of it.
I can't survive in a world with the common path. Essential this and that. I can't. Because to get it, you have to be vaccinated. And I won't be. I will die before they do this. Do you understand this? I put my money where my mouth is, baby. And wherever my headstone is in the end of time, you know, it'll read that. I went out on everything we said. Timing. It's all about timing, baby. Timing is critical. Timing is everything. To be honest with you.
Well, but also let's talk a little more truth to power. The fact of the matter is, like you said, I agree. It's not going to make me feel any more comfortable, except for, like Alberto said, buy us more time to prepare. But even that being said, you saw what happened when this first thing kicked off. All the globalists.
Oh, wait. I don't really think that's the case. People be like, well, if Trump's president, we get more time to prepare because then we have right-wing swing still. Or what? No. The same shit got passed through while Trump was in office before Corona. I just told you. The same shit got passed through whether it was Trump or it's fucking Obama. It doesn't matter. Left wing, right wing, arrest them all. They're all fucking criminals. And I will not submit to any of this tyranny. Period.
Have control over the chain of goods. So the truth of the matter is, all they need to do is shut it off in a few key places. You know, and that thing of toilet paper, imagine if it was beans or tuna fish.
Yo, I can live without toilet paper if they shut that off. Here's what the deal is. Y'all need to start owning land, growing food, buying cattle, raising cattle, chickens, ducks, all the fruits and vegetables, tubers, root vegetables, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got it backwards. Y'all need to buy land and assert your authority and power as free, natural living men and women. And you better do it now, because it's your time to do it. If you don't step up and do it and start doing what you got to do, especially those of you who have the means and the supply to do so, you have ample money just sitting around, thousands of dollars just sitting around, just dicking off, when you could be buying land to prepare and to retain some sort of prominence in this earth. Instead, you want to let wicked men rule it and downpress the poor, fatherless, widow, and needy. Y'all are fucked up. Y'all better fucking pull up your britches, buckle your belt, and actually make a fucking video calling for these people's arrest. How many Bill Gates arrest videos did I put up since I've been on this fucking YouTube? Probably countless, probably 50. I was calling for Bill Gates' arrest before coronavirus, y'all. I told y'all, start doing this shit. Quit pussyfooting around and call for their fucking arrest. If you don't call for their arrest, then what is God? God's watching y'all. Stand up for truth and rights.
You were fighting somebody in a supermarket for it. So the fact of the matter is that regardless of what we think or what this appears to be, if things go through,
Michael Aquino, Bill Gates, all of them. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush, if he was still alive, all the Bush family, Trump, everybody connected with Trump, everybody connected with Epstein, left wing, right wing, same damn bird. We've had enough of your fucking tyranny, Babylon. We've had enough of your psychops. Don't buy us no more time. Shut them all down. Shut them all down. Left wing, right wing, same damn bird. Quit buying all these frauds.
This is a key battleground state, they say, and it's one that we haven't been even mentioning for Trump all night long. Not even once. This is where Omar resides. She won. We haven't even looked at if that is even being possible. It hasn't even been in our list of battlegrounds tonight at all.
They approve GMOs, geoengineering, spraying chemicals on us in the sky every single day. And then they got you tripped out about this coronavirus bullshit so that y'all are wearing masks when you ain't need to wear a mask, when they've been spraying the fucking sky with all kinds of poisons for 30 fucking years. Plus. 30 years plus. You know what I'm saying? Shit's got to stop. The living men and women of this earth have got to stand up, pull up their britches, and say, no more left wing, right wing. We're not having no Babylon tyranny, okay? Ruling and down pressing the black, white, Asian, Native American, Arab, and indigenous peoples of this earth. Okay. And I and Rastafari are going to keep doing this, especially what this one right here is doing, because I had a dream when I was a little baby Christian. Haile Selassie came and visited me before I was even sure I was a Rasta. You hear me? Because I knew I wanted to be with Jesus, and that's who I got to see in my dream and the vision. Jesus in his new name come to see me and tell me the truth. His people won't listen to him because of all this technology. And this dream was 15, 20 years ago. I had this dream. His people won't listen to him because of all this technology. They listening to the wind blow every other which way but the truth and rights. Okay. Haile Selassie said the Bible is the refuge. And then we got fake Rastas out here saying the Bible is bunk. Which that's called gaslighting. That would be gaslighting, oh my friends. Okay. Truth and rights. Period. come from the living God, and it cannot be taken away. The Constitution is there to guarantee that they don't be taken away in the form of men's words, but that ain't even scratched the surface. It doesn't matter. You cannot take our rights away. We will not submit to this tyranny. I will not wear a mask. I will not get a vaccine. I will encourage all my brethren and sisters, black, white, Asian, Native American, Arab, and indigenous peoples to not get a vaccine, to not wear a mask, so they can breathe the free air and not deplete their oxygen levels. Okay? I'm going to go into any business I want and buy whatever I want without a fucking mask. And I will continue to make sure people know y'all can do that. Period. There is no law about wearing a mask. It's not the law. They're just telling you and advising you to do it. Okay, so stop fucking playing their game before every single right that you have is gone, because you continue to acquiesce and submit it. See, my rights won't be gone when shit is over and the shit is a wrap. You see me? Because I've stood here from day one saying, I'm a natural living man. I do not consent. I do not acquiesce. This is not good. This is tyranny. This is wickedness. This is what I've been saying. Okay? And sometimes I'm more well-spoken than others, but that's because I do things when I feel like I should do them. Okay? The message is still getting across. You better fucking take a stand. Okay? I don't know how many times I have to hear Dabu saying the same shit I'm saying on here. Y'all are a bunch of fucking cowards. Yeah, exactly. All y'all police, all y'all military, all y'all fake Christians, all y'all fake Rastas out there that ain't out here standing on the truth. You're out here bickering about black and white instead of black and white unite and stand against the beast in Christ, in truth and righteousness. Jah the Most High, not partial. So this race bickering bullshit ain't playing with me. No, is it playing with any true black Rasta that's for real a Rastafari. Okay? Inwardly as he is outwardly. Okay? Because he know Jah not partial. If you righteous and you upright and you in Christ, then that's the way it is. Yeah, salvation was first to the tribe of Yehuda, the true Ethiopic black Yehuda first. Yeah, no doubt. Nowhere in that verse does it say partiality goes to that tribe. Nowhere in that verse does it say that they deserve to be bowed to. Nowhere, no. I'll bow to the King of Kings, and he happens to be Ethiopic. I ain't got no problem with that. But y'all got some shit twisted. Focus on the real shit. Go after the enemy and bring the cultures and races and nations together under the truth and the King of Kings and his message and his Christ. Jah, the Most High, and his law. Jah not partial. Okay, so focus on the real message, y'all. Pushing your black, and your white. Division. Okay? All white people are from Esau, blah, 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 and all white people are blah, blah. And then you got the Mormon church and the white supremacists saying that all, and the fake Jews, the Kenites, the ones that say they're Jews and are not, and that you got them saying that black people are the sons of Cain and they came from Ham and Cain. That shit's all whack too, because it's not the truth. That's why we tell you the whole truth. I know Rastafari. Tell you the whole truth. Okay? Many nations have been grafted in by this time. You don't even recognize that 1,000-year reign has been fulfilled. Okay? Many nations have been grafted in. No more partiality. There is no partiality from the beginning of the Torah in the books of Moses. Partiality is abhorrent to the living God, Jah. Okay? You're not to be partial. You're not to treat the stranger differently. Okay? If the stranger is righteous and upright, he's righteous and upright. Period. In fact, it says in the book of Isaiah that the non-Israelite, that the stranger who keeps the commandments and yokes himself to Jah and keep his Sabbaths, right? It says that they are counted greater than a son or daughter of Israel. Okay, so no partiality, none of that shit. Okay, no more black, no more white. Go after the dragon. Start calling for the rest. Start telling people to quit voting. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to live in a world of chaos and anarchy, but I don't want to live in a world of tyranny and a boot on my neck either. I like lawfulness and order because Jah's creation is lawful and orderly, and Jah's kingdom is lawful and orderly. But what we got here is not lawful and orderly. It's wickedness and tyranny and chaos being organized purposefully to create division, create extreme factions, so that we're killing each other while the real enemy is eating steak and snapper. You hear me? So, anyways, I just been listening to a lot of stuff. I've been working my ass off. I don't make a lot of videos when I'm working, but shortly I might be making more. But listen to some Dabu with me.
It's just one night. It looks like it's a good crowd, but it's not thousands. Definitely not tens of thousands. It's manageable, I think. I mean, the cops are just kind of creeping into vehicles, others walking along. Yeah, there's some clashing on the front lines, but it doesn't look like it's nothing they can't handle. So, some side notes here tonight. States to watch: Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. They're all ones that are going to bleed into tomorrow. So we will definitely be shutting down the stream at some point tonight, and we'll be rolling out of here without answers from those states. Know that. We will not get those tonight. And we're just not going to know.
The big selection.
It's probably going to end the way it's looking here. It could end Biden in a slight lead, but obviously it's not. Shut your mouth, fool. That would. That's cheering on Biden, man. I don't want to sound like a Trump supporter, but damn, definitely don't want to hear no one supporting Biden.
Remember,
Yeah, it's funny because around here and where my hood is at, they all Biden signs all around me. I'm surrounded by. I mean, it's just as bad as being around a bunch of people putting Trump signs up. It's literally the same difference. It's just weird because Biden's like obviously a pedo. Trump's not as obviously a pedo, but he's pretty obvious too. You know, they're both devils and they both belong in prison. So that's the whole thing is, and you got channels like Now You See TV, several other truth or Christian channels. They come down to the bottom line of this thing where they're like, well, we gotta vote, right? Or we gotta like be supportive of Trump, or we gotta like at least kind of like Trump because the left is so crazy. They keep playing that to you guys over and over, and that's how you know how half of what these actors and fraud channels are. Okay, it's all over the board. These people are these actors. I mean, and sometimes I'm almost like, how is it this far spread? It might almost be a demonic manifestation, like in the believers and truthers. But you know, I don't know. Maybe it's more like they're just a bunch of fucking actors. I don't got no beef with Dabu because Dabu says some fiery shit, and Dabu's kind of like me in a way. So, but at the same time, he takes donations. I don't know if I got any beef with that. He does some hardcore work on the streets, so he's done some real journalist stuff. So he's trying to run some real journalism. So here's my thing with taking money. If you're doing real journalism and you're putting in a lot of hours, and you're not just like me, where you're just like a Christian Rastafari, you just want to fight the beast, and you know what I mean? It's just, there's a fine line for me when it's like okay to accept money and it's not. Dabu does a lot of strictly journalism kind of things, so that's okay, and he's put in the work. But some of these people out here are taking your dough and they fooling you. At least Dabu actually tries to fire you up and put a fire under your ass so you fucking stand up. See, that's the difference. Sincerity and righteousness and the actual works. If you're doing the works and you're actually a journalist, then you get paid. But a truther doesn't need to be asking for money, okay? Especially a Christian who's strictly coming from a Christian or Rastafari standpoint. I mean, I don't ask for money, never have, never will, and that's the whole point here. Is to me, it's about I want to farm and I want to be free and have children and be able to smoke ganja, and you know. But I don't want drugs legalized everywhere, but I don't want them all illegal either. Like, people should have common sense. People should be allowed to do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting somebody else. But I don't want to see acid and magic mushrooms everywhere. But ganja, I want to see that everywhere, and I don't want to see it GMO'd and non-organic. If I see it GMO, I'll burn that shit down. Do you hear me, Babylon? I will burn your Monsanto weed to the fucking ground if I see it anywhere near me. I'm not joking. And nobody will get hurt in the process. The cannabis that is GMO'd, and I don't mean the strain, garlic, mushroom, onion, I mean genetically modified cannabis. If I see it, I'm burning it down. It's not lawful. Pure organic cannabis is lawful, period. Worldwide, no matter whether you say it is or not, Babylon. Because I Rastafari, I've been calling it out for 50 years. That it cures cancer, that it's in this holy scriptures. It's specifically named cannabis over 70 times in the scriptures. Okay. So they're talking, and the reason I bring that up is because they're talking about drugs here in this live stream a lot. They're talking about like how they're trying to legalize drugs everywhere. And here's the Rastafari balance and answer and solution to everything, which is righteousness and truth. According to the scriptures, cannabis is holy and upright, and it's a chief spice as long as it's organic and not GMO and it's grown organically. Okay? And not all cannabis is the same. Okay? Not all cannabis is high THC. The cannabis is the most mutable but firm foundational but mutable medicine as a plant that you can, because you can direct it by breeding any way you want to put it. Like if you want it to be for, you know, if like I said, not all cannabis is high THC. You can have high CBG and high CBD and a little tiny bit of THC, and it won't trip you out at all, and you'll be like straight faced and ready to go to work. Okay? And you feel pain free and anxiety free. It's like, but you're not fucked up. Okay? See, that's the thing, is we'll tell you the whole truth. Okay? And it's not bad to have high THC cannabis. I'm not saying that either. That's the whole thing, is God said it's a chief spice. Okay? They make it illegal for the last 100 years and then re-legalize it for the quote unquote the economy and to control the prophecy about it so that they can re-release it with their fake Jesus with silver and gold too. I've told you guys this for 3 fucking years, okay? No, I'm not pro-drugs, but I am pro-common sense and natural medicines. And if you did something so debilitating, like break your leg or your back, you should be allowed to use things like the opium poppy. That you grow it yourself. I don't think heroin should be legal. I don't think acid should be legal. I think psychedelic drugs are highly misunderstood and being pushed, but they make you highly suggestible, which makes you highly brainwashable, period. Cannabis does not make you suggestible whatsoever. In fact, it reverses suggestibility, if anything. Okay? And I got my own first-hand testimony of that, and there is tons of evidence. Okay? Anecdotal and empirical and straight-up hardcore data. That cannabis is neuroprotective and enhances your critical thinking. Now, there is stupefying high THC cannabis that is not going to do that. Okay, but that has a different medical application. Okay, like I said, not all cannabis is the same. It is like comparing apples to oranges. It is vastly different, and the application of it medically is completely mutable to the desire of man. Okay, cannabis is the homeostasis therapeutic premier medicine that God designed. He calls it a chief spice in the Holy Bible. Okay? And we'll do a whole episode about that. And I'm the one that's actually uncovered a lot of this research 15, 20 years ago. And we discovered, with me and a friend of mine, discovered that it's actually relating the shape of the menorah when it describes the building of the menorah. It is actually talking about and making reference to cannabis, the whole cannabis plant as a whole, and its shape, okay, which has the menorah shape, okay. It's supposed to be burning itinerantly day and night. a sweet savor unto Jah. Okay, so you cannot arrest people anymore in this country with all this truth for cannabis. Okay, I am not pro drugs. I don't want to see people doing heroin. I don't want to see people taking acid. I don't want to see people taking mushrooms and DMT and ayahuasca. I ain't into all that. And it isn't for I and I Rastafari. None of that shit. Okay, but you know, at the same time, common sense, and if somebody isn't hurting someone else, that's their business. Leave them alone. Okay. Now, somebody comes into a city and starts dumping heroin everywhere, that's a different story. But if some curious guy wants to grow a couple mushrooms for his own personal consumption, I think you can probably leave him alone. You could give him some advice that it's not good for him and that he needs to find something productive to do, like grow a garden or, you know, instead of that, and get all tripped out and lost. But whatever. Get suggestible. You know what I'm saying? That's what those drugs do. But, you know, I'm just saying here, all this stuff is being talked about right now. Okay? Drugs, politicians, and what you should be allowed to do and you can't do. I mean, that's why we have to make our voice heard. I don't want to see a doped out culture. Okay? I want my right and people's right to have cannabis, coffee, tobacco, the common sense things that we've used for thousands of years that the Bible talks about, okay? On and on and on. And organic, the real form of it, okay? Period. I don't want the government and big pharma to have control of the cannabis that people are smoking. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. That's not lawful, okay? Because you're saying you can have it, but we can't. That's why we don't need a license to grow cannabis or none of that shit. Because a license to drive, a license to grow cannabis, license to fish, license to do any of that shit. You're saying you're incompetent to govern yourself, so you need a permission slip from Big Daddy State. Okay? No. We are natural, sovereign, living men and women. And it's up to us to be responsible and healthful. Okay? And if we harm somebody, then we will be held accountable by an officer of the law. That's what the officers are for, and they need to be more like Andy Griffith, as in minding their own fucking business, not harassing people and bothering families and ruining families for petty shit like cannabis, and start being a good neighbor and helping people when they ask for help. Not destroying their fucking lives because they got a plant on them that you say is quote-unquote illegal when God says it's the chief spice. So you're breaking the law of the land because you're screwing with people for their religious practice for I and I Rastafari using cannabis. And not even all Rastas smoke cannabis. So don't even get that twisted either. Alright? I'm just saying. I'm just ranting here. Just pissed about this election thing. They want to get everybody fighting. They want everybody killing each other because of who they voted for. I've had it. When it doesn't even fucking matter who you vote for anyway. For example, when Barack Obama was voted in for president, there was a promise from his own mouth that he would pull back the DEA from raiding medical marijuana patients. Okay. Well, there was 4 times more medical marijuana raids under Barack Obama than George Bush Jr. So, it doesn't matter who you vote for, and that's just one example. Barack Obama also slaughtered thousands of people with drone strikes and the like. Okay, I'm gonna play Dabu again for a little bit. Get me talking again. We're just using Dabu to get me ranting because I feel like they've been trying to zap the hell out of me lately because I keep coming. But I've been feeling sick and tired and unhealthy, but I'm still working my ass off. And but I just want to show them I'm not going to back down. I don't give a fuck what you do with your little LED lights outside of my crib, zapping me with your fucking radio frequency, microwave, millimeter wave shit. I don't care. I'm going to still stand for truth until I'm dead. Okay?
So much for President Kamala, the Harris administration.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Kiss my ass.
That's the scariest part of all that shit.
Yeah, the radicalized, far extremist ideology that comes from people that back her. And the same ideology comes from the leader of the WHO, the World Health Organization. You know, he comes from a leftist, extremist group out of Ethiopia, out of Africa, and that's who they have as the leader of the WHO. It's insane.
Exactly. Exactly. And just so y'all know, the reason that is because there was a takeover of Ethiopia when they removed Haile Selassie by character assassinating him, right? And some people say he's dead. He ain't dead, okay? But he left, okay? It's the devil's time. That's what y'all don't get, okay? Jesus Christ will come back and whoop the devil's ass when it's time. After the son of perdition. After the fake Jesus, okay? But anyways, Ethiopia has been taken over since 1974. Okay, 1974, 1976. It was a communist coup set up against a Christian free market monarchy. Okay. King of Kings, Kedamawi Haile Selassie I, which represents the last remnant of the Ethiopian Tartary kingdom, which was the 1,000-year reign, which extended past the time of the devil's loosening so that we could have the ensign of the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, so that we would have one last and only sign, right? So that we would know what we were as a generation and what the times are, and that the 1,000-year reign is over, and that Satan has been loose, and for the last 400 years he has controlled the time, seasons, and changed the laws. Okay, so that is what has happened with this Ethiopia thing, is they have taken over Ethiopia, which was the pinnacle of Tartary. Okay, Ethiopia was the head of Tartary. It's what held it all together. All 72 nations paid tribute to Ethiopia's Tartary, to Ethiopia's Jesus Christ there. King of Kings was the first King of Kings and the last King of Kings. First King of Kings, Jesus Christ, Yehoshua Mashiach, and his new name as the last King of Kings, the first and the last, Kedamawi Haile Selassie I. A new name which only he knew, and had King of Kings and Lord of Lords written on his sash. Okay? A new name, Rastafari. They have defiled the Christian faith. That's why we have been given the new name, Rastafari. Okay? We come out of her, my people, right? All denominations, all races, colors, creeds come to the truth. Ethiopia was sold up the river in 1974, communist revolution, creeping coup. Okay, set up by the Vatican, KGB, CIA, Mossad, mafia system. Okay, that's why you got this fake Ethiopian punk, which is an extremist faction of Freemasonic elite devils or careless Ethiopians that were sold up the river and are selling up their own people and Africa up the river. Okay, and the rest of the world, black, white, Asian, Native American, Arab, and indigenous up the river with their WHO, World Health Organization. Leader of the WHO is that Ethiopian punk. Okay, and y'all know I love Ethiopians, and you know I love Ethiopia. Doesn't matter though. He's a punk. He's one of them. He ain't no Ethiopian. You hear me? Just like my own kind. I'm Welsh. I'm a Welsh Rastafari. Welsh American Rastafari. Haile Selassie had a direct relationship with the Welsh and witnessed to them in World War II to get them to stand up against the dragon system and tell the Queen to help Ethiopia. And that's exactly what happened. Because Haile Selassie lived with the people in Welsh for 3 years to bear witness to them. Okay, so there is no race war. Okay, there's only one race, and that's Adam kind. And then there is another race. I lied about that. Cain kind. Okay, you either a son of Cain or you son of Adam in Christ. Okay, whether you're talking about the flesh or the spirit. whether you're talking about the flesh or the spirit. Okay? You better get it straight. Takes both. Okay? People be like, is it blood or is it spirit or is it spiritual? It's both. We got a physical bloodline and a spiritual manifestation of that. Okay? It's both at the same time, concurrent, overlaid. Okay? If you choose Jesus Christ, you are physically reborn. Your flesh is reborn. That's what the scriptures point out straight up. Canaanite woman, Jesus called her a dog. Right? Even the dogs can eat the scraps from the master's table. So that means even one of these Cain kind can be redeemed if they repent. So you know I ain't pushing no partiality, no racism, or none of that bullshit on my channel. No black partiality, no white partiality. I got black love, I got white love, I got Native American love, I got Arab love, I got indigenous love, I got Asian love. But no partiality. Okay. That's the way it is. So, don't care if you Ethiopian. If you run in the who, you corrupt punk bitch. I Rastafari, I'll call you out. We don't care what color your skin is, what nation you came from. You running some dragon shit, we gonna call you some dragon shit. You on some dragon shit? We don't want no dragon spitting fire. That's all we see. Just like Tribal Seeds done told you. And that's some new school reggae. But we still popping. We still telling you. We've been telling you for 50 years. Quit voting. Politicians are liars.
So they speculated about the 25th Amendment with Trump. You don't think they would pull that shit with Biden? Get him out of there because he's incompetent.
Incompetent, right. Right. Did
You damn well know they would use all the flubs he made during the election to say, well, we saw this coming.
Some of these people are way behind tonight. They're just now calling Florida for Trump and all this other stuff. And,
I think
all right,
Biden's
here we go. I'm going to pull him up. We'll pull Sherm up.
Can you turn it up so we can hear it too?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see what old Sherman has to say.
We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote that it's going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of tallying votes is finished. And it ain't over till every vote is counted. Every ballot is counted.
Bunch of beds out there honking and
But
hollering.
we're feeling good.
That was the three.
We're feeling good about where we are. We believe one of the nets has suggested we've already won Arizona, but we're confident about Arizona. That's a turnaround. We also just called it for Minnesota, and we're still in the game in Georgia, although that's not one we expected. And we're feeling real good about Wisconsin and Michigan. And by the way, it's going to take time to count the votes. We're going to win Pennsylvania.
Oh my god, so stupid. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? It's so fake. The fact that people are doing any of this is just beyond me.
You know, we should know the results as early as tomorrow morning.
Left wing, right wing, same damn bird. Arrest Joe Biden, arrest Donald Trump, arrest Bill Gates, arrest Michael Aquino, get all the Mossad agents out of the country, get all the KGB out of here. Start standing for morality and righteousness right now. It's a selection, exactly.
This election, and by the way, Chris Coons and the Democrats, congratulations here in Delaware.
That's how I think it's this election, but you said selection.
Yeah, the whole team, man. You've done a great job. I'm grateful to the poll workers, to our volunteers, our canvassers, everyone who participated in this democratic process. And I'm grateful to all my supporters here in Delaware and all across the nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And folks, you heard me say it before. Every time I walk out of my grandpa's house up in Scranton, he'd yell, Joey, keep the faith. And my grandmama,
What faith?
Keep the faith, guys. We're going to win this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your patience is great.
Oh man, I wish they would stop playing this already. Good Lord. He wants to keep the faith, Lucifer's faith, huh? It's like, you know, Trump worships the same God as Biden. You know what I'm saying? The devil. Okay? And money. Mammon. Okay? It's all an act. They're Hollywood actors on a stage. That's why Hollywood's constantly conditioning you so that when you look at reality, it's kind of like a movie set and you can be okay with it. Okay? That's the facts.
Simpsons episode or something. Like, I don't know. Do you guys remember a word he just said? I mean, like, all right. So
Never forget selections.
he basically said he's feeling real good about every state they're getting their ass kicked. So feeling real good about Wisconsin and Michigan that have been red all night. Feeling really good about PA too that he's getting his ass handed to him then.
Yeah.
Same with Georgia. Let's see.
82 votes reported for Wisconsin. Man, he's getting his ass kicked. He's feeling real good.
Let's see where he's really the closest at. Where the really closest number is at. 45, 53. Let's see.
Alright, guys. I don't want to keep listening to all that. I decided to get on here and shoot the shit with you for a minute and round my mouth. Try to get at least one video up a week while I'm feeling like a dirtbag and working. I'm telling you, I think they're zapping me since I've been making those videos for my last channel, and just, man, when I use them hashtags real good, I don't know. I'm just saying. I got 130 video views on by a bunch of Jamaicans from that Jamaican video. I'm real happy with that. See, when I'm happy is not when I don't ask for money. I want the dragon to suffer. That's what you y'all don't get about me. That's what I'm in it for. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to be free. I'm in it to live on a farm. Okay? And grow as much as I want and to be able to give as much as I want. Okay? I want to stab the dragon. I want to see Babylon lose, okay, with all their wickedness and tyranny, down pressing of the poor, fatherless, and widow, meek of the earth, black, white, Asian, Native American, Arab, and indigenous. Okay? I'm in it because I want to be free. Not because I want attention, not because I want views. When I see a lot of views happening with my videos, it makes me happy because I say the shit that needs to be said, and hardly anybody else does. That's why I like Dabu, because he'll be like, these motherfuckers need to be in prison. He says shit like that. I'm like, exactly. What's wrong with y'all? Start saying that. Like, make that the title of your video. Like, just like Revelations Goyle did back in the day, demanding the immediate arrest of Bill Gates, and so on. Okay? Get to it already. I've done it 50 times. Don't even act like I ain't got the balls to do it. Y'all know I done did it. Anyways, y'all be blessed.